So this is season 32, match, whatever. It's a second match, first match yesterday, and with me is Feta. Hello.
Hello, man.
And we do have a nice match. Unfortunately, without Zoom, I still don't understand how you get Zoom as an observer, but I don't think you can zoom out, right? No, you can't. So only players can, unfortunately. Still need to find out how that works for observers, because it's so, like, if you get used to zoom out, it's so close. If you...
I never even tried that. Somebody told me like, if I start using it, it's gonna be like a drug, and you can't like
Yeah,
go back.
it's crazy, yeah. Especially for FFA, where you get a real advantage if you can see everything at a glance, and you usually don't need to micro single units. All right, so
That's
we have
true.
a match on Fountain of Manip, one of the, I would say, most classic and also most balanced FFA maps, and it could get a nice one. It could become a nice one. We have Neutron here playing human as usual as he does usually in FFA. Gradient with Elf, of course, in the top left, and Shave, who is substituting for Tukim, a Peruvian player who couldn't make it. And last but not least, we have Junkerzam from Sweden with Undead. I think did he pick Undead or random? I think he
No, I
still
always randoms.
Okay,
Yeah, and I
yeah.
think that we see the Fiend build order. Maybe that's due to the fact that he think it's a small map and it's quite late here in Sweden, so he's not going for the quest BO, rather
Yeah.
Fiend push. So I think he's gonna probably. I mean, I spoke to him earlier today, like, what's your strat for tonight? And he was like, well, make sure that Gradient doesn't win because he can't stand Gradient style. But I think that, of course, he's like a real try hard. So I think he's going to try to uh, push Shave, actually,
Yeah,
given the
could
form.
be. I mean, I think it's interesting to see, because on one hand, I think it makes sense because there's so much to creep early on here. If you get a Fiend and your hero instead of just a DK, a delayed DK, but you also kind of sacrifice the mid spot that usually undeads with quick Garg tech can creep very, very early, and you
Yeah.
basically sacrifice the middle dragon by going for this Fiend BO, no? I mean, he would still be able to get Gargs out. I mean, he's teching now, so I guess he might still be the first to do it, but it's not as fast. Or maybe it is. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he can get the first two Gargs out. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. But the big dragon in the middle, I mean, looking at the drops from the other red spots, you can get like really nice items like Brilliance Aura. But what do you get? What's the drop from the dragon in the middle? Is like a spell shield, or what is it? What is it?
No, it's I never know the tiers. I think it's uh yeah, it's a permanent as far as I know, and I think it's a level 4 permanent. I always forget. I think it's a level 4 one, tier 4 one, but I think there are 2 items, right? Man, has been such a long time since I last saw this map. At least like almost a year, I think. Maybe not.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Neutron here, getting the lumber mill early. No fancy rifle BO, but standard footman opening. And I think, like, usually he always goes for a rifleman push still on tier 2. So transitions to a rifleman at some point, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Players' forces are under attack.
It's gonna be way more delayed than Yanko if they were to fight. I mean, if Yanko would get tier 3, get the orb, and push him with, like, I don't know, a lot of ghouls and maybe some desis, it's gonna be quite tough for him to hold.
Yep.
Okay, now he's trying to tech. Look at Shave's shitty creeping, it's horrendous. Did he die with a headhunter? I think so.
Yeah, I think he may have
Forces are under attack.
spent a bit too many health points there. or more, at least more than he needed to, I guess, with 2 headhunters, but I didn't see if they maybe arrived a bit too late.
I can't stand his creeping. Do you remember the game? Was it the semifinal or something where Yanker and was it on Frozen Marshlands where Yanker was undead and tried to rush Neutron?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's quite likely that we might see that kind of thing happening again.
Do you think he will rather push the orc or rather push the human here?
Maybe it's just my brain, I don't know, but it feels like the most natural thing to push horizontally rather than vertically.
I don't know. I mean, usually I feel I don't know. I mean, normally, or in most matches, I would say, yeah, you see these horizontal pushes, but I don't know. I'm not that sure. I guess it depends. And interestingly, Gradient going for Alchemist, which has been some time since I saw him playing Alchemist. Usually he's really like just either playing Trunk style with Demon Hunter, Naga, Priestess, or going for some Beastmaster Tinker play. But Alchemist surely great hero.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, you like to play it. And you're good at it. It's just that, I mean, Gradient obviously doesn't have the micro, and playing those kind of heroes, I mean, would require slightly better micro. So I think he's better off when he goes his Tinker or Beastmaster or that kind of summon unit.
Yeah, I agree. It's more like to his. I think it suits his playstyle a little better. But and also late game base race. I mean, base race. It's extremely difficult to win a base race against Gradient if he plays like Tinker Beastmaster stuff. But with Demon Hunter and Naga Priestess, you also have Owl, and it's very difficult. And for his style, where he usually tries to sit on 50 or attacks with 100 supply, heroes are not that important in fights. So I think he can make a lot of heroes work with this style. Compared to some other elves that don't like to break 80 as often.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, nice lightning shield creep here by Shave in the center. Getting the item here very early on, and Squatch Bone Chimes, really nice.
That's a nice item for him. I think that what would be most interesting for the game would be if Junker fights Neutron, because that can be like a pretty fair fight, I would say, depending on the tech advantage that Junker has right now, even though Neutron has superior micro, and Radiant and Shade can fight quite evenly, whereas if they would, or actually it would be a super quick game if Neutron pushes Gradient and Junker pushes up north to hit Shade. At some point, I wouldn't really like if Neutron attacks Gradient, because they seem to have some kind of grudge. So if Gradient just even barely starts to piss off Neutron, he's gonna probably just suicide and don't give a shit about the game.
Yeah, we'll see. I saw multiple games with Gradient and Neutron in previous FML seasons where Neutron fouled Gradient at some point, but then or underestimated Gradient later on, and underestimated what Gradient can do with like 10 minutes of time and 4 or 5 gold mines. So yeah, I mean, no matter how good your micro is, you can lose to pretty much anyone if you have like a gold disadvantage of 10 to 15k.
Absolutely.
So, and that's very often the issue of players that have a one-on-one background and that like to play very aggressively, which of course is nice for observers early on, but at some point, if you're the only player who's really fighting and you never actually drop back to 50, it's very difficult to sustain that aggressive playstyle, and at some point you're just forced to Like you just don't have any gold anymore, and then you run around with heroes that are at decent levels, but not good enough to really carry you into the late game. So you just have your heroes, and you can't really attack anymore because you can't get units. So I think it's kind of necessary, if at least if other players do the same, it's kind of necessary for you to also consider dropping back to 50 from time to time.
Yeah, sure. By the way, have you ever seen anybody spend so much time with a creep camp like Neutron is currently doing? He's been there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it takes some time. But when he started, he only had 1 rifleman, so now with 3, got a bit better. But
fucking kidding me? Did you see the drop from that big ass dragon?
yeah, it's not a what was it?
It was the big what's it called?
A player's
Greater
forces are
healing.
under attack.
Really? Is it
Yeah. Okay, this is an interesting move by Junker. He always on this map likes to steal the big red camp from the other one. And
Yep.
as far as I can see, he didn't even scout that Shave took it on his side. It seems very... Everybody's playing very diplomatically, taking their own, not stealing anything.
Yeah, and very rare to see a human getting the mid uncontestedly.
Player's forces are under attack.
Yeah. So, who's in the lead, you reckon?
I think at this point, hard to tell. And also, it's nice to see a game with four races here. Shave might be attacking here. Or is he just scouting for... No, he is attacking, and I'm not sure if it's wise to attack into 6 engine of engine protectors.
Player's forces are under attack.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Now we see the weakness of Gradient strategy. I mean, he goes so heavy on the infrastructure, so he's like has 40 wood and 1k gold.
Yeah. Yeah, very surprising to see these 6 engine protectors here. I'm not sure if I've seen that many engine protectors of him here in the center, but I guess it's nice because Shave, as we see, can't easily push into that. They don't deal that much damage to heroes or Terrans, but these berserkers, headhunters can die very, very quickly against engine protectors.
Rank 2 acid bomb and
Yeah. But Gradient is not focusing really well, so we got a first fight here, and I
no TP.
see Junker is moving north too, so he might be attacking Shave from the other side, which let's see if Shave realizes in time. And
So Junker doesn't even scout.
yeah, I mean, at least Gradient's... yeah. Okay, yeah, that's very nice.
Honorable.
Very fortunate here for Shave that they were talking, because very often if you fight, you like, it's so stressful that you can maybe write I fight, but in some cases that's only minute, so you will get attacked by a second player anyways. But here we see Junker pulling back and now probably going to attack Neutron.
Yeah. Funny to see that Neutron, the only solo player, is the only one who remains on 50.
Yeah, very surprised too. I'm not sure, like, he really changed his playstyle. I've not seen him sitting with human early on in a long time on a map like this. On some big maps I
Yeah,
have.
he sees this. He has 2 shades for some reason in his main base, so he sees that, yeah, this could be a devastating push. He doesn't even have...
Yeah,
a
I
lot
would
of
like to
fortified,
see... Yeah,
explode.
so Neutron sees sees Junker's units moving to the left, but we'll see.
No.
So this could become an interesting push.
But it looks like, yeah, quite a hero difference or level difference. Junker's Dreadlord just turned level 2, whereas the Pala is level 3. So if he just gets
Yeah, the mid spot make quite a difference here.
Yeah, I did. Is he going for any heavier? Yeah, he has some in his base.
I like these two ghouls in Neutron's main base, just attacking the Sanctum.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, the shave is really pushed back. Is Expo dying?
Okay, now the TP, that's usually the best opportunity for bets. Oh, he's not using it, interesting. It's usually a great great situation to use your bets.
The Gradient has 100 gold.
Yeah, so Neutron at 4k gold, 3.3k for Junker, 200 just for Radiant, and 1.5k for Shave, so pretty even. I mean, 3k are not that much if you're just about to start fighting, and Junker is only on 75,
Yeah.
interestingly, but Neutron also, supply block now on 72, so needs to rebuild some farms.
Are under attack.
Very interesting army composition. It's usually an army composition I would rather expect from side. Maybe without the worm here, but... Or maybe with the worm, but...
Looks pretty...
I haven't seen Junker playing this style with two Necromancers. But he's also not... Yeah, he's not microing it perfectly. It's difficult against these two tanks here. Cannot use the Gargs any longer. And he doesn't really have the damage yet with against these tanks without Dreadlord
He's
level
not
3
even
at least.
2.5.
Yeah. And once you get your Dreadlord to level 5, it's like tanks are toast, but
Okay, so
How
big
about-
fight going on up there.
oh yeah, thanks. Ooh, the priestess. No staff, staff on
Use the
cooldown.
bat, please use the bats.
Oh, and he staffed out the alchemist, and the alchemist had the TP, so interesting.
Is under siege.
And Junker is pushing into the main base of Neutron, but more tanks coming out, so he's going for the Shredder, and that could be pretty painful here for Neutron.
He lost his Frostburn there, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I mean... And Neutron will live, but still, it's annoying for him to... yeah, to require another
Alki
Shredder.
going down. No, keeping out.
Ooh, the Blade Master! 50 HP, 30, 16. 20.
Can you see him?
Yeah, nice heal ward. Yeah, he's not really breaking this expo, so these 6 Ancient Protectors, or 8, have definitely paid out.
I don't really get why he doesn't push the Expo without any towers. Okay,
Yeah,
fight going on by Junker's Expo in the middle. Let's see what happens there.
yeah.
This is a pretty nasty army for Junker to fight. Can't
Yeah,
really do a lot.
extremely. He can't really fight with these spellbreakers, and he can't really deal with the tanks either. So he can only, he can only go for economy. I think it's a good call to do that. He has unholy aura, so he can move more quickly, and should try to utilize that and hope that he can somehow protect his main base against these tanks. But I mean, probably can't. And he doesn't have a TP anymore, so... Oh, he has one. Okay, never mind.
He has
Right.
a lot of gold.
Yeah. And he's not macroing too well right now. Okay, now he's getting more zigs. But that could be too late. Tanks are moving towards his main base, or at least his second expo, so he will definitely lose the other expo.
Yeah.
Level 3 on the Dreadlord finally, but... Yeah, what's it worth it? Even with level 2 Carrion Swarm, he will take a long time to kill all these tanks.
Yeah. This gotta be quite annoying for Neutron though. I mean, he's not picking off a lot of XP.
A player's forces are under attack. A town is under siege.
Alright, another fight here between Shave and Gradient. Naga, Mana Shield deactivated. And yeah, now it's
By Priestess, right?
too much. Priestess of the Moon dying here, and
Shady's playing this pretty okay, I'd say.
yeah, I mean, he's an FML champion. I would say if he tries hard, I think that's sometimes his problem, that he's not really trying that hard, but or that he's trolling. But if he, like, at least early game, he's really strong, and he has great micro also. Usually, sometimes he.
Sometimes, I'd say.
Yeah, sometimes.
By the way, I haven't seen, is Neutron using Blizzard or Elementals? I haven't seen any of them. Maybe I didn't look enough.
Yeah, true. I mean, since he's not casting many elementals, I would assume he has reskilled to Blizzard. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Or he just doesn't want to cast it against destroyers, but hasn't reskilled yet. I don't know. But I guess against one destroyer, you could still cast a water elemental every now and then.
I gotta say, Junker's main base is not really that scary. I mean, typically these are like really frosty and icy and nasty to go into, but it doesn't have any offensive 6, making it quite easy for Yuto to just pop in there.
Yeah, maybe that's the new patch. Yeah, now Gyro's being added here by a Neutron, so let's see. Yeah, on both sides.
I missed a big fight up there.
Yeah,
he did.
Gradient is 36 supply, 1k gold only, so Gradient is pretty much dead. And yeah, it's nice for Junker to write here that he's dead. So it's not should not turn into a free win quickly. Sometimes can happen if on both sides one player is dominating very hard and then no one is scouting good enough, and then all of a sudden you have like an imbalanced final 1-on-1 and one player gets the easy win. So usually you want to, yeah, you want to wait for one player to leave the game, and then you scout and see how, yeah, what the levels are, how many expos everyone has, and then you start to balance the game and try to come out on top. And this should be it here for Junker. I don't see him coming back. He has 5k gold, which is more than all other players. Yeah. But what is it worth it? Lol. And he's getting the Archmage. Crazy kill. But now
Nice
getting
round.
counter surrounded. He has an Ankh and a TP. That was a funny kill.
Town is under siege.
Oh, he couldn't do TP because his TP got cancelled because the Necropolis died.
Yep. At least he got out of this surround, so the DK is alive, but yeah.
A player's forces are under attack.
He's trying
This
to
looks
rebuild.
pretty nice for Shave, I gotta say. 50 upkeep, 6k gold.
Yeah, he should
Setting up right now.
immediately move down with either a Peon or a tiny Great Hole, just to immediately secure one of these other expos here. Ideally, I think this one, because the middle one is usually too exposed, and it's getting killed too quickly, and the main of Junker is only 2k gold left, so I would pick always tend to pick the middle, so 5k, good amount.
A town is under siege.
Yeah. I think Gradient loves his life now. This is exactly how he wants to play it. Most of the times losing the first solo, now is gonna be on 50 until they team somebody out.
Yeah, and he feels comfortable in these positions, and everyone, I
Forces are under
think he's not, or it seems he's not winning as many games as he did like some seasons ago, where I think he still flew under the radar quite often. Nowadays, like everyone knows, like if you see Grady, he's like 100 supply usually, and if he wants to fight, he's 100 supply. And if you don't see him, he's always on 50, sitting in his main base
Yeah.
or running around with his heroes. So you always know, like Gradients is never 80. So I think it's pretty easy to calculate his gold compared to the other people, other people's gold. But
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. So I think he's not winning as much because some players realized how difficult it is to kill him late game if you leave him out on the map, and if there's gold left, he will definitely try to get that gold out of these mines. So
Yeah. Speaking of gold and Gradient, do you see that he still has 2.5k in his main base?
yeah,
And
probably stop mining.
but it's so weird. I mean, it seems like Neutron also stopped mining because he has.
Yeah, I
almost
think
1.5.
Neutron lost some peasants.
A town is under siege.
Okay.
Maybe he forgot to rebuild, but I don't think he actually stopped mining. But maybe he did. I don't think so. But Neutron never went 100 this game, did he? I think he was
Yeah, he
always
was like 92 or something at least.
okay
in the
for
game.
some time then, but not for a long time.
No. I gotta say, this is pretty hopeless for Junker because both Shaven and Gradient are so happy and content with the situation they're in.
A town is
Yeah, I
under
like that he tries. Like we have seen crazier comebacks than this. I mean, as long as
Yeah.
you have something, once attention turns away from you, you can usually try to rebuild. But like, usually he's not. I mean, sometimes he did, but usually Junker is and leaving. Like he's not trying as hard as some others. Like I think at some point he will leave in the next couple of minutes here.
A town is under siege.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as long as he keeps building these necropolis, his 2k is gonna go up in flames.
Yeah.
A player's forces are under attack.
And I think Neutron you see here, and that's a mistake he also made in previous matches. I think he's taking way too long to, like he's not, like he's the only player on 70 here, in upkeep. So he's losing gold, and he's taking so long to take Junker's expos. Like
Town is under siege.
some other players would have taken these expos like 10 minutes ago, right when the first attack started. They would have just killed it and then immediately got up their own town hall. And
Yeah.
he's not doing that yet. And I think it's a pretty big mistake on a map that hasn't got that many gold mines.
And the fact that Junker died so quickly means that it didn't really kill so much. I mean, the other players might expect Neutron to have killed so much more and gotten so much more XP, but his argument is like 5.1 or 5.2. So it's not
Yeah.
even remotely close to the mass TP.
Yeah, Janka tried a different army composition, but yeah, it's tough, I guess. I still wonder if you, like, since he went for the Fiend BO early on, if it's not more useful to just go for a traditional Fiend push instead of building this strange army composition with 2 Necromancers, 1 Worm, 1 Destroyer, and Abomination. So you basically get everything in there. And I see why he may not want to go for Mascarx, but maybe just if you want to go for an early push, maybe just go for Fiends. So,
Yeah.
I mean, just classic Fiends, and then you can still add a Worm or something, or Abomination, maybe against Spellbreakers, if you expect to fight the human. I don't know, I think that would have worked better.
Yeah, I think so too. This was a very nice move diplomatically done by Neutron to go back once he saw that Shay was taking the other one.
Yeah.
A player's forces are
I thought it was
So
gonna
let's
take
see,
it.
is Gradient going to... No, Gradient's still on 50 supply.
Yeah, but High-Tech, to your point before, I mean, nobody's gonna expect Gradient to be... He's gonna, like, within 5-10 minutes, he's gonna write dead or death. But both Neutron and Shay knows that this guy's... I think they expect him to have more than 8k, honestly. They probably expect him to have around 15k, I would say.
I don't think so. I mean, if you're Shave, and Shave was also on 50 for quite some time, and Shave is
Yeah.
on 7k, so I don't know. And Shave has dominated Gradient early, so I think Shave at least should have a pretty clear idea that Gradient is probably between 7 and 11k or something, I would say.
Yeah.
Because Gradient is in a sandwich position here, so you know that he did not expand as early bottom right. And he's TPing in, so Shave just forcing the TP. I don't... let's see.
Yeah, Gradient already used like double-digit TPs.
Yeah, I believe Shave just may want to force Gradient to break upkeep, and then he could also try to fight Neutron. Because I'm not sure Shave has actually met Neutron here out on the map. And Neutron is still on 7, like he's now in upkeep for, I don't know, for at least 15 minutes, maybe longer even,
player's forces
probably
are
20
under
minutes. So
Probably more than that. I mean, he hasn't been down to 50 upkeep since the first fight, right?
no, not at all. And I think he could have saved a lot of gold just by killing off 20 supply. And I know it's like, it feels bad, so ideally you want to use that supply, but then he could have just attacked one of the other players, forced that other player to 80, and then dropped to 50 in a fight against that player, instead of just sitting on 70.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, and that's always the risk, because if Gradient and Shave peace now, I'm not sure they
player's forces
would
are under
believe Neutron. I mean, from like with an FFA mindset, like you don't believe a player who you haven't seen for 20 minutes and who hasn't fouled for 20 minutes. You usually don't believe that that player was on 80 all the time.
No, that's true. So you don't need to reveal your secret source, but when you're in situations like Neutron, so how do you like resonate in those situations? I mean, do you drop down and I mean, do you expect you probably did the calculations, like how long do you buy yourself if you're gonna kill from 80 down to 50? You probably kill, I don't know, 2-3k worth of units, which would take probably, if you have 3 expos, how long to get back?
I don't know. I mean, like, what's trendy supply? Like for me, if I'm as an elf, it's, let's say in hippos, it's like 6 hippos, and that's like, I mean, it's gold, like it's more than 1k, so let's say it's like 1.2k or something, 1.3k gold. But like I think it pays out in like 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Yeah. Nice micro by Neutron. For surviving with
Panda?
quite many of it.
Nice heal. Yeah, difficult fight here for Shade. In tower range above the tanks, that's not your preferred fighting position, so I think he should try to kite these gyros here. He's not really doing that. now he has lost too many units.
No TP on the. Okay, it's not gonna be in any danger. Neutron still on 77 food.
Yeah, he's...
Did he pump during the fight, or
I don't think so.
he must have died with something, right?
I don't know.
Nice
Maybe
micro.
he has lost a gyro, some gyros.
For once, gradient is actually 80.
A player's forces are under attack.
Look at that army. I mean, it looks like a weak 80 food army.
Yeah, definitely.
What's more?
Yeah, I mean, he has a shredder and I don't know. Oh, that's two chimeras here in the middle that I had not seen before.
Oh, okay. Ah, I missed that. I didn't even see that Neutron killed the Junkerzam expansion. Was it the tanks, or did he go there with his army?
Yeah, I mean, you mean Shave's Expo?
Yeah.
He just killed it. He just went there and
Okay.
then returned, I think.
A player's forces are under attack.
Thunder going down.
At least it's a better fight than the one before for Shave here, but yeah, it's looking better now. Definitely. I think he was focusing the panda a bit too much.
Yeah.
Shouldn't he try to focus like the spellbreakers or something? It might be easier. I'm not sure. Or the paladin, if he's exposed. And also the priest doing some, putting in some work here.
Yeah. Level 6 panda. Nice.
Great for Neutron. Also level 6 Blade Master. Will we see a Blade Storm, or? Guess he must have skilled it, so.
Yeah, especially considering the armor composition on Neutron.
Yeah. And Gradient just sitting on 80, incredible. But now he's attacking. I guess he's on 80 because there's really not that much gold. Like with 8k, if you lose 100 supply, or if you go 100 supply now, and if you lose it, it's pretty costly. You basically can't go back up to 100 now. He could go back up to 100 entirely even if he loses everything.
Oh, now Gradient took that sneaky expansion down there.
They came from.
Yeah, Gradient sneakily as always took the Shave's Expo.
Yeah.
Is Gradient going to attack here? I mean, at least he's buying some more items. And I'm a bit surprised that he's not attacking Neutron. I mean, he wants to play it passively, I guess, but I don't know.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Gradient is kind of funny. I mean, just by deciding to take that expansion, he's gonna get what, like 2k gold, where he gets 70%, so he gets like 1.4k. And just by taking that one, he all of a sudden appears much richer than he actually is. So he's just putting a big fucking target on his back by taking that expansion. I don't think that kind of thing is worth it.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't have taken that expo. I think it's too greedy, and as you say, I don't think you get enough out of it for it to be really worth it.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's a really even gold count.
Yeah, 7k for Shave. Levels are 654. Neutron has also 6k gold and 655, so best levels here. And Gradient, pretty weak levels. 100 supply now, finally.
Yeah.
He really wants to fight with 100 supply.
Town is
So
under
Alchemist is 5, Naga 3, Bottom 2, obviously the weak spot, but he's not relying as much on these heroes as mentioned earlier. And usually if you can get a good 100 supply fight, he will get his levels one way or the other. And of course he could become very annoying with Transmute. And
Yeah.
yeah, maybe one good fight and he will get close to level 6. I guess not against Neutron here. Like there's not that much
No.
XP to get from this army, but a good fight against Shave here with these Chimeras and against Taurens and Casters and Hippos against Wyverns, I think.
Yeah, that could be good.
Yeah, it could be good. I'm not sure if he really wants to go for it because he has fouled Shave multiple times before and he hasn't fouled a Neutron once. And Neutron is maniping against Gradient. So, yeah, don't know. I guess, yeah. As
I
we
gotta
see
say
here.
that his Gradient's choice of heroes, they're quite bad against I mean,
Against
copters
tanks?
and
Yeah.
against tanks and against copters or gyros.
Yeah.
Without the panda, without the tinker, or without the demon hunter.
For sure. I mean, once you play Tinker, it's Tinker against human. It's really hard to go back to like Alchemist, even if it's a good hero. Also, it's like much more difficult, of course, to handle, especially gyros. Like it's so nice to have a Tinker.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've mentioned several times before, I'm just not a big fan of Alchemist in general, late game,
Why not?
because
You always played.
what do you mean?
You always play the alchemist.
No, a long time ago. Really, like
Okay.
maybe in until 2018. But at some point I realized like it's just stalling the game because no one is actually like no one likes to produce units anymore because
Yeah, that's
everyone
a
is
good point.
just like doesn't make sense to produce a few worms or chimeras late game because they just get transmuted. So everyone's
Oh,
just
here comes the big
keeping the
fight.
gold. Oh yeah, finally Gradient
is gonna
attacking
be a
Neutron,
slaughter, I guess.
and let's see. This could be an interesting fight here. If he keeps his air units away from the tanks, which he does not.
Slaughter.
Horrible fight here for Gradient. So this is definitely not how you want to invest your 100 supply. And he lost 40 supply for nothing.
You killed the 5 workers.
Yeah, it's really annoying to fight tanks and gyros with chimeras and hippos if the especially the gyros are microed correctly. It's like really annoying because they're so quick and they have inner fire too
Oh,
here. So
he's TPing there. What the hell is he thinking?
I think he just wants to show he has nothing. He has lost everything.
That's a ballsy move.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, I think Neutron really thinks that Gradient is in a much better spot than he actually is. He has 6k gold, but that's not really that valuable if you have these heroes with 5, 4, 3 levels.
No.
Because
no.
you really need your big armies to carry you, and he will
Yeah, I
get
mean-
one more 100 supply.
Yeah, exactly. Had he had like 20k, then it would be probably
Yeah.
in a decent
Yeah, for sure.
situation. But like you said, this is like maximum 1.5 more army. Or not even that, maybe.
And Shave is in a decent spot, I'd say. If he we'll see. if he gets some good batting here against these flying machines, I think he should be able to deal with the human heroes. I mean, there is mass TP now, but we'll see. I haven't seen Neutron utilizing mass TP as well as like Nox. So we'll see. Okay, that was some good batting. Only a few gyros left. That was a really sad Blade Storm, but whatever. And Panda very exposed, using the ultimate here. Shave going for the tanks. Nice fight. 63 supply for Neutron, 85 still for Shave, so Shave definitely with the upper hand, and Neutron may need Gradient's help here, which is kind of funny because Neutron just told Gradient. Neutron just...
No, but it's good. I mean, obviously he ain't dead, it's just that it's a good call to say that he's dead, because when Gradient's scout now, he's gonna look pretty dead.
Yeah, that's true, but Gradient has a tendency to help too late, so this could be an opportunity here for Shave to even finish the game. And yeah, Gradient is also attacking Neutrons, and that could be Neutron leaving the game maybe if he rages now, if he sees Gradient attacking him, not helping him. And I could see Neutron leaving the game now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Same here.
I mean, it doesn't really, like, even if Gradient now kills some of these human buildings here in the center, it doesn't really matter much, but sometimes you just feel so annoyed by someone if you get attacked from two players at the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah, Gradient 100 supply. Let's see, is Gradient really moving south? Or is he... And Gradient can't win against Shave. Like, no way against these Orc heroes. So if he attacks Neutron now, that could be GG. And actually Gradient, who just asked Shave why he would sub and then suicide. And now Gradient is the one suiciding.
This is such a typical Gradient move. Now he thinks that he can pick off some easy experience by hitting Neutron, like completely losing the big picture.
Who you mean?
I mean, Gradient, he always does that when he sees that somebody's on their heels or against, like in a corner or whatever the expression is. He likes to come in and like pick off some red HP units.
Yeah, it's super annoying. But it's
super annoying.
Yeah, but it's not always bad, because usually Gradient has a style that, like, he's threatening you in a way that you're forced to break upkeep. So I think he's like doing some of the stuff very purposeful. Of course, sometimes he's not helping in time because he feels overconfident. But here now, as we see, I think it was a good move to maybe, yeah, to threaten Neutron. And let's see, can he defend this? I think he can. And oh, is he going to lose? Oh, nice staff on the Alchemist. Very important to not lose the Alchemist there. And yeah, Shave is losing everything here, which puts Shave in an interesting spot. He may get teamed for some time now, and he doesn't really have the gold.
I mean, his heroes should be able to carry only us like 3 chimeras.
Yeah, this is why is Shave staying in this with Torrents. I mean, this is the perfect fight for Gradient. Just getting experience here. Why is he not using his invul? Like, he really needs level 6 on the Alchemist, and he's always staffing out the Alchemist.
Okay, here comes the... Shave.
Oh,
So
almost losing the TC here.
Fuck. Shave only has 3k and 40 upkeep.
Yeah, so it's
quite grim.
It's pretty even. Neutron 100 supply sitting now with 2.4k. Gradient with 2.8k and 82 supply and like it's so even. 2.4k, 2.8k, 2.8k, and or 2.5k, 2.8k. Only 40 supply for Shave though. He has the best levels with 665, I think, or what's Neutron's level? 65, no, 665. So even levels. Gradient slightly weaker levels, but strongest main base by far.
As always.
Yeah. And also many moonwells in the back. Sometimes he has so many at the front that you kind of know what's going on. But if he has, and as in this case, 8 in the back, it's not that many for him, but on a map like this, it kind of is.
I mean, if I was neutral now.
Ooh, and some betting. What the heck? That was very unfortunate pausing for Shave.
I missed it. What happened?
Right in this moment, Shave is detonating some bets here into Gradient's army, and he detonated 2, and 2 are still on their way, so extremely unfortunate. I guess he gave the command already, like it looks like it, so I guess it doesn't make a difference, but Gradient, like maybe it's even worse for Gradient because he can't really move.
Why the hell did he like send a couple of bats into his main base where he stands chilling with his army and some towers?
I don't know.
What I was gonna say was, if I was neutral now, I'd probably just like bring my heroes, leave my army in the main base, and go in, because the way Gradient sets up his APs, it's so tempting from an AoE perspective. Go in with Blizzard and rank 3 Breath of Fire. I mean, those fucking APs would melt.
Yeah. I also don't like Shave using his bets here. I don't know. It's tricky. Very tricky for him as Orc here to be up against now Mass TP. And I don't know, do you think it's from an Orc perspective, if you have decent hero levels, is it at this point where you don't actually have units anymore? Is it easier to fight a human with Panda instead of MK? I guess it might be, right?
Much easier. I mean, when you have the casters and your bats and wyverns, then the Panda is amazingly annoying to play against. But I mean, in an arena perspective, much better. So if I was staying now, I'd probably stop producing units and just save gold for items and stuff. Because if he always has invulns and stuff, he can pick off heroes or pick off Chimera from Gradient. And I think that's going to be a far better recipe for success than just like building a couple of bats. Because why the fuck? I mean, if he spends 1.2k or 2 and 10 bats, 8 bats, 7 bats, that's not gonna put him any closer to victory.
Yeah.
But the items can, so.
Maybe some leftover bets from the last fight.
Who was it that paused? Was it Neutron or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Gradient went somewhere.
BRB, I'm gonna grab beer. So I was away grabbing beer. What did Neutron ride? Why did it not start in the game?
Gradient needed 1 more minute, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope this match is not going to take that much longer. I mean, maybe half an hour longer, 45 minutes longer, but
No, I think even
let's
maybe
see.
20-30 minutes, because I mean,
I don't know. I mean, it's if all play like as in this scenario, all players are running out of gold, so could take some time for them to either I guess weaken Gradient's main base is I guess that's, and they all have decent main bases. Gradient with all these moonwells the strongest, but
Yeah, that's true. But at least they haven't started building proxy buildings all across the map.
yeah, and no one has actually safe workers across the map. Shave is long distance mining here. The one.
Imagine this situation in game with Leluami, Quest, and who else is always playing like that? Maybe Little Tick. It would be fucking scattered all across the map with farms and Akos and Seps with workers in them.
Yeah, it's true. Gradient sometimes does it too, but not as extremely. Not as extreme as Quest, for example, who's like Quest is the master of undead macro and hiding.
And he also has really high IQ, like a good chess player or poker player.
I think Quest is like strategically might be like at least from in the in the last couple of years might be, I guess pretty surely is the most.
Are you looking at this fight up there?
Yeah. Interesting attack here, 100 supply, and it could be very devastating. And let's see, is Neutron just trying to bulldoze over Shave, hoping that he can win a final one-on-one against Gradient easily, which I think is a good call here, maybe. Let's see if... Yeah, I was about to say, if Shave rides help and Gradient is helping, which I'm not sure Gradient is. Gradient is not moving out. Is he? Is he? No, is he? Because if Shave tries hard, I think he might be able to stay alive.
Yeah.
But he will. I'm not sure why he doesn't TP, at least in the back of his main base. Yeah, he does now. Oh, the Bait Master. Ooh, that was so close. 16 HP or something.
And now hasn't even died with a lot.
And Gradient is preparing an island. And I just realized I haven't specified the island rule for this season. Let's see.
It is.
I think we're going for one building per island again, and I think maybe you can fit 2 wells there. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, yeah, time for Shave to save a peon here. He has some peons left.
Yeah.
And yeah, Gradient arriving just in time. He really needs that transmute. Transmute would be so good right now. Oh, he's not killing. Yeah, I was about to say he really wants that tank. Yeah, Chafe is at least he has 1.7k still, which is I think still enough to stay alive, get some more great hauls and revive a hero.
Like we said before, if you would have built like, I don't know, 10 wyverns or whatever for his last goal, then it would be absolutely smoked by now. And now the fact that he didn't build anything, just had 47 upkeep that he died with, didn't make a lot of difference.
Oh, and what is Shave doing here? Why is he moving out so aggressively? It's so risky. Might be losing a hero here. What's he doing? Looking pretty good for Neutron, I would say.
Yeah, I gotta say.
And then Gradient is down to 24 gold, and
Players' forces are under attack.
it's a very difficult human army to fight with this panda level 7 or whatever he is. Level 6, almost 7. Gradient, I think if Gradient plays it well, I think he will try to get some pickoffs, try to get Alchemist level 6 and then transmute
Yeah.
all these tanks before taking any fights. And I guess he even would need to transmute like more than that, because he doesn't have a Tinker, he doesn't have a Panda, so he has no real way
Players'
to
forces
deal
are
with,
under attack.
well, Micro Gyrus and the Panda. And now Gradient, what's he doing? He's just pulling back. If I was him right now, I would definitely push the human main base. Just force mass TP, and then like the human without MK can not really prevent you from kiting back.
Town is under siege.
Yeah, Neutron is moving into Shave's main base, and Shave is down to just a handful of buildings, so
Are under attack.
let's see. There's one peon here at the left, which he will probably use to get another Great Hall in a second, and it could be a lifesaver here. Gradient going to attack now. Yeah, and killing these 3 towers should get him to level 6, I guess.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Players' forces are
Ooh, not.
Oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying.
And that was a bad TP by Gradient, losing 2 Chimeras, but also Neutron leaving 3 tanks behind that he will lose here. Or not.
Yeah.
Oh, he's mass TPing back in. Good
Okay,
call.
nice.
And now, yeah, Gradient is moving back south. But Neutron now split all over the map.
I'm actually rooting for Neutron. I don't know why, but
Oh, Neutron is losing some supply here. Also losing some gyros against Gradient.
yeah. Wait, I missed that. How did the Shadowhunter die?
I missed it too, because I'm tired, but I guess was picked off by Neutron here at the top right. Like the Sorks are really nice. And Neutron gifted some gyros to Gradient, so Gradient finally level 6 on the Alchemist, so
He's
Could-
gonna use Transmute to pick off the gyro.
yeah. And I think it, like, depending how Gradient plays it, I think it could become really annoying here for Neutron to deal with Gradient's main base against, against Transmute. Because basically every Transmute will get him a new Moonwell, so
Yeah.
okay, now they joined forces here.
I mean, Gradient can't build any more chimeras, so the moment he kills those 3 chimeras, he's just gonna have his heroes basically.
Oh, no counter staff here. Gradient just pulling back, leaving Shave alone here. I think Gradient could try to fight this with Shave. Like, isn't that his best bet here? Interesting call. Now Gradient might
No
lose
TP.
a hero. Ah, he can staff. Yeah. No triple staff for Gradient as usual.
Why doesn't he have that?
Oh yeah, Neutron is back here in the north. 87 supply for Gradient, 83, so it's so even, but of course Neutron with much better hero levels. A transmute can be very powerful, so we'll see. And Neutron always losing like 1 or 2 more gyros here.
They didn't lose any this time, he just like...
Ah, okay, I thought
damage on
he
them.
lost... No, you're right, he was... Ah, no, 1.
A player's forces are under attack. Is under siege.
Ooh, that was really fortunate for Shape. Or... No, he didn't even find the altar.
Might lose the Blade Master though, or not. Okay, not. Another transmute here. Yeah, this could become really, really annoying for Neutron.
Yeah.
If Gradient plays it slowly. Oh, now the Hippo's coming in here, but yeah, need to instantly pull back. Yeah, impossible to fight this with Hippos.
Yeah.
Oh, he is flying in. It's so risky. Yeah, so Gradient lost another 10 supply there.
Yeah.
It's kind of unnecessary. Another transmute though, so...
Is he gonna die with the kills or is he gonna staff them? Ooh, he managed to staff.
Yeah, Shave and Gradient need to get rid of these Sorks. The Sorks are... But it's a lot of Ancient Protectors. I'm not sure how Neutron... Okay, I mean, he can surely break this with a Panda over time, but... Yeah, let's see.
Not with Shave in the game.
Yeah, not with Shave in the game. I think 101 Neutron should win. Let's see. And Shave is attacking Neutron here in the south. Ooh, a new Great Hall here for Shave, so... Oh, nice staff. Was it sold? No. Very nice. Well done.
Use the gyros, man.
Another Chimera here, lost for Shave, for Gradient. And with Blizzard and Blizzard, Breath of Fire and good micro, he will be easily, should easily be able to deal with this.
Ooh. I think he's overextending now.
Might be. I mean, I hear some gyros dying and Paladin getting quite low, and needs to be careful. He can't easily staff the Paladin because Shave is in his main base. 61 supply for... Oh, the Panda! Wow, what a mistake. Wow. I didn't like that escalated really quickly. I mean, he definitely overextended, as you said, but I mean, with Brilliance already, he has a lot of time, and I think he scouted the altars, so I think he has no pressure at all and could have just finished Shave, and then over time, without risking anything, because there's no disable except Cyclone, He could have easily...
Oh, no.
Oh! Whoa! Would be so funny if if Neutron leaves now and then Shave wins. Could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Shave is not in the I mean, he has not many buildings, but he has some items to sell. I wonder why he hasn't done that earlier.
Oh.
But
This is, yeah.
it's always tricky if you're as a Shave's position here, you're the player with like without a main base, and everyone else is just saying that he's dead.
Yeah.
That he's dead, so it's pretty tricky because you don't really know what to do. Like you have to, if you want to do something. But yeah, I think it's a good call. There are so many Moonwells. You can't allow an elf to stay alive here with like 12 Moonwells. And yeah, the Alchemist could die. Or will
He
die.
is gonna die.
Hex just in range. And that's level 6 on the SH.
A town is under siege.
I don't really see how.
Players' forces are under attack.
A Shave can't win this without Gradient, but Gradient is...
No.
And Gradient needs to sell items, I guess. He should sell one of these ropes, I think, or... I don't know. And he needs enough gold to tavern a hero if he has to, and he's not selling anything. And Naga might die.
So it looks like Gradient or Neutron is gonna win this quite easily now.
Yeah, seems so. I think Shave... Yeah, Shave will stop. Ooh, and I think this is a great time to stop now. I think really nice call by Shave. I think perfect decision here to kill some Moonwells and then kill some
TP,
heroes.
please. You got TP, man. TP, 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 TP.
Yeah, Shave has no
Why?
mana on the SH.
Okay, he saw that, okay. But now he gets mana.
And also
Fucking
there's a
hell, TP.
Dispel, there's a Priest for Dispel, so...
Okay.
I wonder why Shave is not killing the Priest.
Yeah.
And Neutron is hiding his few air units now. This is still pretty dangerous here.
Playing with fire, Neutron.
Yeah. I mean, he's fine, I guess.
But I mean, that was a bit scary because the AM dying, then it's GG.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that Neutron, like you see here that it's, yeah, Neutron doesn't, I don't think Neutron scouted that much when he set on 70. So I think he's really overestimating Gradient's gold.
Yeah.
A player's forces are under attack.
That Naga without any items, HP items. Quite
Ooh,
weak.
They are going to attack him again, and Alchemist is almost out. And yeah, Shave is scouting. Alchemist will just get out.
And I even think it's a
And
bad
yeah,
thing.
Shave is on Neutron. I mean, Shave should know that against these elf heroes, he has, like in 1-on-1, there's no way Gradient can beat him. And I think Shave has a pretty good idea that there are no massive hidden armies. And Gradient can't easily help Shave without risking to lose himself. So
He got TP. Why isn't he TPing? Okay. Maybe he has.
he has 42 gold, so ideally he doesn't want to use his TP.
Guys. Obviously, really
Oh.
good micros.
Yeah, and Orc Heroes are
Is
on
under siege.
pretty low mana, so I think he feels confident. And he's killing the Great Hall, so Shave forced to... Oh yeah, now all the Griffins are moving out here in the south. There's one peon in the top right. And if Shave sells some items, he will get...
Now he must keep. Okay.
yeah, using the TP. And that's a very valuable TP that he's losing here.
Yeah, but he has like sell the medallion courage or
A town is under
some
siege.
other items. He's pretty okay.
Yeah, but interesting decision by Neutron now to send his tanks alone, because these tanks are going to die.
Yeah.
A player's forces
Shave's
are
selling
under
some
attack.
items and getting a new Great Hall at the top right. But yeah, Neutron now with 55 supply. And Shave. Wow, that
Oh,
was a
yeah,
very
good
quick
TP.
second kill, and that's probably going to be it for Shave. And now looking pretty well for Shave. So for Neutron.
Yeah, you can't lose this.
I mean, I would say he can if Gradient is very lucky, gets the Priestess out, and gets few lucky kills with these hippos, but ooh, he's missing the hippos. The panda. That was very close.
Wait, I thought Shave left. Was it
He
fake?
wants to ops. He's killing his own burrow.
A town is under siege.
Okay.
Is there any way for Gradient to win this? Where are the hippos? Oh, okay, they are. Yeah, not without the hippos. And there are no more moonwells, so yeah, that's it. Should be the win for... Well, that is the win for Neutron.
Yeah, really solid play.
Yeah, very solid play. I think actually... I don't know. Yeah, close game in the end. I mean, anyone could have won that. I think this one, yeah, one overextension and
Yeah, fun game to watch.
yeah, was a fun one. Neutron winning with top score, meaning he will get 23 points. Shave second place, 12 points. Gradient 12 points, and Junker with 10 points here. This was the second of 7. I think it's 7 first round matches. I think most other matches are going to take place this weekend. I'm not sure if I will be streaming them, but someone will. So, yeah, join our Discord channel if you want to get informed about the streams. And yeah, thanks Feta for joining me tonight. And
No worries. It's always a good fun doing it. Take
yeah,
care, man.
for sure.
Later.
Take care. Have a good night. And
You too.
bye bye.
Bye.